Hey you, yeah you, the one that's watching me at the webcam. What do you think you're doing? You can't be stalking me. Oh, never mind, you guys are just YouTube viewers. Just watching other people, laugh at them, point at them, copy them. The usual YouTube thing, we all know what we do. But it's October, you guys know what you're here for. You guys are here for this infamous 2-amp replica that I made that I really didn't think was going to go anywhere, but you guys watched it like 5,000 times. That's not a lot for YouTube, but it's good enough for me. So I'm going to make an infamous 2-amp tutorial for you guys. You guys wanted it, here it is. You guys are going to be making this. Only if it happened this quickly though. So, back to the beginning. Here's the pliers you guys are going to want to get. The first thing and probably the far most important thing is 3/4 inch PVC pipe. You can replace these with metal ones, it depends on how fancy you want to get. Next you're going to need a 1 1/4 PVC pipe. Next get a 1 1/4 to a 3/4 inch adapter for the pipes. This is not mandatory, but if you want to, get a 3/4 by 12 inch metal rod. If those other 3 PVC pipes are 3/4, can replace this if you don't want to get it. A 3/4 inch cap. A 3/4 inch cap. You're gonna want 3 PVC pipe tees that can fit over the 1 1/4 pipe. Trust me, you're gonna want it. Make sure you get 6 1 1/4 inch by 1 inch little tiny adapters. These are pretty much the main structure of your entire thing I'll be holding together. Make sure you get these. These are very important. Duct tape and electrical tape. JB Weld. JB Weld. Have a power saw, a hand saw, or a Dremel. Whatever fits you. If I were you, I prefer the Dremel and a power saw or a hand saw. 2 5/8 nuts. I said nuts. 2 1/8 inch washers. 2 3/4 inch washers. You're going to want to buy a 1 inch washer. If you can't find these at Home Depot, go to a warehouse store or order them online. But if you really can't memorize that's 1 inch, bring in your 3/4 inch PVC pipe and ask them if they can have a ring that can fit over it. Home Depot, at least in mine, does not supply these. You might have to go other stores to get these. Now that you can put the thing together, you're going to want foam paintbrushes and selected paints. Mine's going to be gold. I said it was going to be gold. Have fun with it.
Alright, so you need to get 2 of these top air nozzles, not the whole thing, just the top. Have your daddy help you.
If you didn't catch all the stuff, I have a list of them right here. Yep, right here, in black. Look at them, right before they're gone. They're going to be gone. Gone. Alright, you guys ready to assemble it? Get ready. I am. Start off with your 12 inch by 3/4 inch and your 3/4 inch cap. After you have those 2 pieces, you want to add a little bit of glue to the inside of your cap. I don't care what kind of glue as long as it's strong, durable, and will last a long time. If it breaks, it's not my fault. Then you're going to want to take it and put it in there. Alright. Way to go. You're 2% done. Next you're gonna want the handle you already made and your adapter from the 3/4 to the 1 1/4 inch adapter. You're gonna want to add glue into the small side. I repeat, the small side. You guys should be good at putting stuff in the hole, alright? Okay. The small side. If you don't get it, I'm gonna show you right here. Not this side. This side, okay? Put amount of glue in there and then put them together. After you get your glue inside this adapter, stick them together. Me personally, I mix JB Weld together with this crap. I wouldn't recommend it, but you put them on the threads, you put them together, and voila. Should end up looking like this. You got your handle. This is the bottom part of your amp. Yeah, swinging around doesn't help so much. Then you got your big top. You guys can chuck this away for a bit. Get out your 1 1/4 inch PVC pipe. You guys are going to want to cut this thing at a foot. Actually, you can cut out whatever you want. I recommend a foot. Glue the 1 1/4 inch pipe to the top of your handle. Like so. Make sure it's like this. Make sure it is straight. Mine currently isn't, so I'll have to work on that. Right now you should have the bottom portion of your amp. Just apply glue to the inside. And put it on the top portion of your handle with the metal part facing away. Make sure it's on there really nice and tight. Sorry if I make goofy faces. So far your amp should look like just a rod with the T on top. Next you're going to want to put these little pieces on the inside of the T at the top of your handle. Make sure you apply a good amount of glue on the inside and slide these things in. This will be the portion that will hold your fork for the two metal rods that will be sticking out. Just add glue to the inside portion. Take these pieces and just slide them in there. Make sure you add a lot of pressure so they go all the way in. If they don't go all the way in, you'll be screwed with the fork. Just repeat with the other side. Just repeat with the other side. Glue on the inside. Add your little things in there. Make sure they slide all the way in. And then it should end up looking like this. You guys can put this to the side right now. You're not going to need this. This is the fork part of the infamous 2 amp. You're going to want your T, your little 1 1/4 inch things, and one of your, I forgot what this thing is, 3/4, yeah, 3/4, yeah, I got it right, inch pipe that's 2 feet long. Glue in one side. Stick in the 2 foot by 3/4 inch. Twist it. Make sure they're together nice and tight. Tap it down if you have to. There you go. Get your handle and your top part. You want to put glue in this and then put them together. As soon as you put them together, you're going to want to put it on flat ground and make sure they are perfectly straight. If not, you might ruin your entire amp. Make sure you do that as soon as you glue it. I'm going to do this a little fast, so make sure you keep up. You apply glue. Turn it around. Slide it in here. As soon as they are together, make sure they are flat and even. And then repeat it to the other side. This is where it's actually going to start getting tricky. You know that little part in the middle? Well, I pre-made that. I had to do it in wood shop in my class. I wasn't able to do it in front of camera. But all it is that male adapter I told you to get with the cap. You just glue the cap on. You just glue a U-shape in it. I'm not sure how you're going to do that. Use your Dremel if you have to, but that's how I did mine. All you got to do is just apply glue and put it right there in the middle. That's it. If you can't make this, don't worry about it. It still looks like an amp at the end. Now you're going to need your JB weld and your washers for the top. This is the part where you have to get patient because it's going to take a while for this to dry. Instead of using JB weld, you actually can use hot glue, but I'd highly recommend using JB weld. Alright, lay your amp down on 2 blocks where it leaves the entire thing level. I'm not sure why my camera is doing this right now, but it is. But you want to have each fork separate on a block and the back about halfway in the middle, holding it so it's level. But what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to take all your washers and you're going to want to set them out in the pattern you want and make sure it's all even. Send 2 of these bad boys all the way to the bottom. Like so. You're going to want these pressed against the bottom. These are the first ones you're going to want to glue. Next you guys are going to want to dry assemble this thing. Take your guys' rings and put them to your desired spots. Do this before you glue. This is what mine looks like after I dry assembled it. This is before gluing. Well, let's hope yours comes out looking like this. If you want to make any modifications on how your rings are, go ahead. I'm going to glue it and then I'll videotape after. Well, I already glued it up. Now you just have to do is leave it for about 12 hours to dry if you use JB Weld. If you use hot glue, it should be done whenever the glue dries. But, pretty much this is it. I'm going to show you some other things to do while you're waiting for this to dry. Remember, do not touch this if you're using JB Weld within those 2 hours. It will not. While your amp's drying, I'm going to show you how to make this bottom part. This is the part that will be at the bottom of one of the forks. You don't really have to have this. I would do this just for looks. But it's that 5/8 washer with that nut I told you to get. And all you do is just washer. Okay, ready for this? Washer, bolt, glue, ta-da, metal end course. I'll be amazed if you guys can find the parts for this one, but you guys don't have to make this. I didn't say you could. I mean, didn't give you a list for the objects, but it's just one extra nut I bought on the top of a air compressor hose. Added glue, twisted them on. Dang it, twist on, dang it. And voila. I'm just going to glue these on to right here. Last night whenever I was checking up on it, I heard some unnecessary cracking whenever I was lifting it and moving it around. So I applied a lot of WD-40 in almost every single cracks. You want to apply, pretty much, don't be afraid to apply too much glue. The more the better. This thing is extremely heavy, so adding glue to these parts right here will keep this thing together. Remember those other washers I told you to get? Only 2 of them. They were small. What you're going to want to do is apply glue to the inner part of them and apply them to about like right here. Make sure it's standing up whenever you do this. That's my face. Whenever you glue it. For the sake of the video, I'm going to be using hot glue because it's fast. This is only for the top parts. Don't ever use it for the parts that have most weight on them. It's just going to go right there. I wouldn't, like, if you really don't want to wait that long for for everything else to work. Wait, if you don't want to wait for the other glue, if you don't want to wait for JB Weld, wait 12 hours just to get these top pieces on, use any kind of glue. After I got these little beastards on, I'm going to add these top parts. These are the parts that said if you didn't have the parts you can't make, they're just going to go on right there. Bam, there you go. Well, pretty much that is the infamous 2 amp. I've made everything, now it's just time to paint it. If you guys really want to take Dremels and do some designs into it, I don't care. Well, I'm going to paint it now. I'm going to bring it back when I'm done painting it. Alright. Well, there I painted the thing. Pretty much all you got to do now is do the grip tape at the bottom. How I'm doing it is just you wrap duct tape and then you put electrical tape over that to give it this pattern effect. And then after that, well, pretty much this is mine. This is my infamous 2 golden amp. Completed it. Thing's about 4 feet long. Weighs, I don't know how much. Too heavy though. These forks can barely hold this thing up. This that I showed you guys how to make is not made for waving around. This is more of a show in your room kind of thing. This thing can barely hold up to itself. I mean, it's pretty unstable at the moment. Actually, one of my forks bent out when I was making it because I didn't apply the glue. That was an issue. Okay. And yes, I know I forgot the coil that goes around the side. Don't think I forgot about that. I just didn't have the supplies to get that. You guys are going to have to do that on your own. You guys are going to be making this. You guys are going to be making this. Only if it happened this quickly though. So, back to the beginning.